Hey, it's Tony talking CarBiz. Hey, today in this video, we're going to go inside the all-new 2021 Toyota Corolla Apex Edition. All new, meaning this is the first year for the Apex. And I'll show you what makes the Apex unique on the interior. Okay, jumping in on the driver's door, I really like the fact that the upper door panel is a lighter color. Gives the inside of the vehicle a more spacious feel. We've got soft tech fabric here on the door, and then there's contrast stitching in the door itself that looks very similar in color to that outside gold stripe we talked about in another video. Power windows, power door locks all the way around, power mirrors, door bottle holder in the door, speakers in the door, brushed aluminum here on the door, and a brushed aluminum door handle. Take a look at your driver's seat. Essentially, the Apex is an SE edition, so no power driver's seat. There is a height adjustment and a recliner and a manual forward and backwards. You do get a cloth bucket seat similar to the SE, but this is a lighter fabric, kind of a light gray with a silver gray insert and then a silver black racing stripe down the center of the seat. So that color combination looks really nice on this. Again, take a look at the light upper dashboard. I think that really pops on this particular vehicle. But it does have a black headliner. So lighter lower and a darker upper. Let's dive in and take a look at some of the features. Okay, behind the wheel of the Apex, leather wrapped steering wheel, padded, very comfortable, 3-spoke style, chrome Toyota badge, and then brushed aluminum trim all the way around the steering wheel itself. On this side, controls for the information center, which we'll look at up here in the gauge cluster. We also have stereo controls, Bluetooth connectivity, voice activation. Over on this side, you've got your cruise control, dynamic radar cruise control sensitivity setting, lane departure on and off, and then you can change your media right there as well without taking your hands off the steering wheel. Over on the right-hand side of the steering wheel, washer wipers up front, intermittent wipers. On the left-hand side, automatic headlights, also automatic high beams. Here's a look at your gauge cluster, tachometer, temperature gauge, speedometer, fuel gauge in the center, and notice that brushed aluminum bezel around the speedometer is similar to what we saw here on the steering wheel and over on the doorway and up on the dash. So it all ties together quite nicely. Let's go ahead and shut the door, and I'm going to start it up so you can see what it looks like when you start it up. Now, the nightshade does come with the smart keyless entry system, so it's a push button start, push button over here. So foot on the brake, or on the clutch I should say, because this is a 6-speed manual transmission. We'll look at that in just a minute. Let's go ahead and start it up. So your information center comes alive over here. Notice it also tells you who's in the back seat and who has seat belts and who doesn't. Odometer over here, trip meter over here, clock, and an outside temperature. And then also fuel gauge or fuel computer over here on this side. So using these controls right here, I can control and toggle through and turn on and off my preferences, lane departure, pre-collision, roadside assistance, so I can personalize that for my preferences. It's a nice small cockpit, definitely for a smaller person. On the lower part of the dash over here, there's these are the dimmer switch for your dash lights and your automatic high beam on and off. So the high beams will come on and off depending on whether there's traffic coming towards you. So take a quick look at the center stack. It's an 8-inch touchscreen. It does not have navigation. We do have Sirius satellite radio, XM satellite radio as standard. Get 3 months of the premium service, no charge, then pay a subscription. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and Alexa compatibility on that sound system. Piano black trim all the way around your center stack, similar to what we saw outside. Vents, hazards, automatic heating and air conditioning. Driver side controls only, so no passenger side, but it is automatic temperature control. Down here, there's a small storage compartment, place to throw your stuff. It's not wireless charging. There's a USB port right here to be able to plug in your electronic devices. Now, I mentioned earlier that this one is a 6-speed manual transmission. So if you like to feel the sporty feel of a manual, this thing works awesome. Controls for your transmission, traction controls, piano black trim with the brushed aluminum, and that white or light gray contrast that we saw up over on the dash and the upper parts of the doors. So it looks pretty nice. We do have dual cup holders down here. Under the armrest, we've got, or first of all, it's a padded armrest, but it's got contrast stitching similar to what we saw in the door. And then under the armrest, there are some USB ports tucked way down there. Kind of hard to find, but they're there. Passenger assist grip up here. Lighted vanity mirrors. Sliding visors with the extenders. Overhead lighting is here. And we do have Safety Connect as well. So if you need help while you're out on the road, go ahead and tap that button. We'll get you the help you need. Your rear view mirror is a conventional day-night mirror, no electronics or anything like that built into the rear view mirror. I want to show you the glove box real quick. Pretty standard size glove box with, of course, owner's books. Get all of that with a new one. You may or may not get that with a used one. Depends on if the previous owner includes it when they trade it in. Let's go ahead and jump into the back seat and see what we can find. I jump in the back seat, just like up front. On the front seats, the doors are front doors. The doors are laid out similarly with a bottle holder down here and a speaker in the lower part of the doors. Same cloth seats we saw up front with the silver insert and the racing stripe down the center. We do have child safety seat anchors down here, so you can plug those in, keep the kiddos safe. We also have a folding armrest with dual cup holders right there. And then these back seats, they actually fold down. It's kind of a pain in the butt, excuse my language, but there's no button here. The button's all the way over on the other side of the seat, and these headrests are not removable or adjustable. So to get the seats down, you kind of have to reach into the back. It's almost like a two-hand deal, but once you do that, you've got a 60-40 fold-down seat. Folds down, and you can get into the trunk quite nicely. Child safety anchors up here on the back deck lid. Definitely set up and ready to go for child seats. Slide in here real quick. It does have surprisingly nice room in the back. So I've got this seat about halfway forward, and you can see how much room I have for knee room. No problem fitting adults in here. Of course, these front seat headrests are adjustable up and down. There's a storage compartment down here, but no USB ports in the back seat whatsoever. Kind of a miss on a car. You gotta have USB ports. Map pocket right here on the back of the passenger seat. Nothing on the back of the driver's seat. And then up above, we do have your overhead dome light. Here's a quick look at the driver's compartment from the back seat perspective. Let's jump out and check out the trunk. Okay, diving into the trunk, you do have remote keyless entry to open it up, and there's a pad right here. So if you have your keys in your pocket, you just grab right there. License plate, lights, and here's that backup camera. Trunk opens nice and large, nice big opening. Up on the top of the trunk, we do have an emergency release in case somebody gets stuck in the trunk. The trunk itself is lined, so that keeps down the road noise. Take a look inside. I believe it's wide enough that you could get your golf clubs in across the back. It's certainly tall enough for larger luggage. And then up here we do have a dome light, and also those rear seats do fold down, I mentioned before. So plenty of cargo room, especially with the seats folded down. And then here's something that's kind of a surprise. Underneath your floor, there's your tool kit and your jack kit, and there's a place right there you could put some jumper cables. But check this out. Underneath here is the temporary spare tire. Look how much space is in there. You're going to be able to throw your emergency road equipment in there, snow shovel, maybe some sand or salt, emergency first aid kit and such. Plenty of room for all of that. And then of course the trunk does not close by itself. You got to close it just like so. There you go. That's a quick overview of the interior of this brand new 2021 Toyota Corolla SE Apex Edition. Cement is the color, gorgeous color. If you like my video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe. If you have a specific question, put it in the comments. I'll do my best to answer it. This is Tony talking CarBiz. Thanks for watching.